you're all having a wonderful week so far. So, welcome back! Today's video is super exciting for me because as the season changes into fall, a lot of people are talking about this dark, vampy lip, these berry tones. I'm wearing right now the classic Mac Rebel, which everybody loves in the fall. And a lot of times I pair these berry tone lips with some berry cheeks. But what I really love doing, and as you know, I'm not a makeup artist, and so I don't even know if this breaks the rules, but what I love doing is wearing a more neutral nude type blush so it doesn't compete with my lips, if that makes sense. So instead of placing berry lips and berry on the cheeks, I am going to share with you guys my favorite nude blushes. So nude meaning like brownie or just neutral cheeks. And I have a bunch to go over with you guys, so I want to go ahead and get started. A few, how many? Only 2 of them are limited edition. So I'm going to save those for the end just because in case you can't get a hold of them anymore. But I have tons of other ones that are permanent that you can definitely find. So I'm just going to grab out of the pile. This is not my first favorite. These are just all the ones that I highly recommend. And let's jump into it. Okay. So, we're going to start out with, this is actually my newest gem. It is the color Cubic by MAC. And I just honestly think that this color is so perfect. If you're just looking for a very natural flush of color on your cheeks, this is the one you need. MAC blushes really stay on your cheeks for a long time. You can get them in the pan form and just pop them into a Z palette or a MAC palette. And so that makes it really travel friendly if you want to pop them into a palette and take a bunch of different blushes. So I definitely love MAC Cubic. And then another one from MAC is called Harmony. Now, whenever I originally bought this, I bought it to contour with. And because, you know, I'm pretty fair skinned and it's really hard for me to find a good contour color. And so I originally bought this Harmony color to contour with, but I actually love it as a blush as well. So this is one that is a really great multi-use cheek product, and that is MAC Harmony. And then the very last one from MAC that I have, this is phenomenal. Except for the packaging, which this is the new packaging, and while I think it's beautiful and sleek and elegant, it doesn't open easy. So let me just tell y'all about that. This is the color Warm Soul, and I didn't buy this for a while. This is the one I'm wearing on my cheeks today, actually. I didn't buy this for a while because I feel like it was it limited edition and then they just made it permanent, but it also has a little bit of sheen to it, and I used to stay away from blushes with a little bit of sheen, but I actually have come to find that I love them, especially in the fall, winter, in the cooler months. My skin is dry, so I need all of the life I can get in my cheeks, and Warm Soul is just a perfect one for that. So that is all the MAC ones. Now let's talk about one that everybody talks about. It is Tarte Exposed. I finally got this, and I'm so glad I did. This is very close to Cubic. In my opinion, I'm going to swatch it next to Cubic. It's not as pigmented as Cubic is, so you kind of have to build Exposed a little bit more than I thought you would. But that is Tarte Exposed, and this is one where it is a neutral brownie pink. So it has a little bit more pink than some of the other ones, but that is Tarte Exposed. It's so long wearing too. They're called 12-hour Amazonian clay blushes, and I have tested that. I have worn this for 12 hours, and I absolutely agree with that claim. So that is Tarte Exposed. And then another one, I originally got this, well, my friend got me this, but I wanted it for a contour shade, and I love it. It's one that has a little bit of mauve-y pink to it. It is Benefits Dallas, and I had to own it because, well, I live in Dallas, so, you know, I gotta keep it real. This is so pretty. Let me get a better swatch, guys. This is just the perfect neutral blush. This on your cheeks goes with absolutely anything and everything. Seriously, I love the packaging also of Benefit blushes. They always come with a really small brush, which is actually really good for contouring. So I like this Dallas blush for contouring and also for an actual blush. So there is Dallas by Benefit. And then the next one, let's talk about this one. This was recently in my favorites and I've been reaching for it the past month or so. It is a CoverGirl blush in the color Soft Sable. And I'm generally not a huge CoverGirl fan, but this blush blew me away. I just think it is a hidden gem at the drugstore, and I don't hear enough people talk about Soft Sable. I hear a lot of people talk about Soft Mink, I think, by CoverGirl, which I don't have, but I want that one. But Soft Sable is so beautiful. It's one that definitely does also have a little bit of a sheen and a little bit of pink undertones, but it is so beautiful on your cheeks. So that is Soft Sable by CoverGirl. And then let's talk about Benefit's Rockateur. Now, when I first got this, I didn't know that I was going to love it because it had some major sheen. And these box blushes are just so cutely packaged. But after you like really work off that top film, you don't get as much sheen. There definitely is some dimension in it, but I think it is a perfect fall blush. If you're wanting something neutral because you have berry tone lips or like really bold lips, definitely try Benefit Rockateur. It's excellent. It's really beautiful. And then a couple from Nars. And I love the Nars blushes. I really do. I do think they are a little bit overpriced. But they are phenomenal blushes. This first one is the color Madly, and this reminds me a lot of MAC Cubic as well, but it's just very, okay, whenever I swatch it, it definitely doesn't do justice like it does on the cheeks. On the cheeks, this is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's a perfect neutral blush for sure. And then the other one from Nars that I recommend is called Lovejoy, and this one, it looks in the pan like it has a little bit of some specks of glitter in the pan, but it does not come across glittery on the cheeks. It's definitely more mauvey rose of a neutral cheek, but I definitely highly recommend that one, and I love Lovejoy. And then, okay, this one is called the Master Highlight by Maybelline, and I didn't know if I was going to put this in here because it says it's a highlight, but honestly guys, I use this as a blush all the time. It does have some sheen, so you will want to stay away from it if you're someone who doesn't like blushes that have a little bit more of a satin finish. But I think, I didn't even tell y'all the color. I think this light bronze is really, is really perfect for if you're looking for this kind of cheek, and it's beautiful. And then another one by that Master Glaze Maybelline, if you're looking for a cream blush, this goes great under all of these that I have shared. What cream products do for me, let me tell y'all the color again. I'm getting out of it, guys. This is the color Warm Nude. What cream products do for me, especially in the fall winter, is if I'm having a really bad day as far as dry skin goes, I'll just use a cream product. So, because it just gives you some life to your skin. So I love that, but also not only that, if you want to layer this with one of these other blushes, it will help the staying power so much. So I definitely recommend that one under any of these blushes. And then the last two blushes I want to talk about are actually limited edition, but I wanted to throw them in just in case you did pick them up. because they're perfect for this kind of cheek. And this is from the Alluring Aquatics line by MAC, and it's called Seduced at Sea. This is really, really, really a beautiful shade. And this line came out in the summer, and I was like, that's such more of a fall color to me. So that is Seduced at Sea. If you did happen to pick that up, definitely give it a try. But I think there are some really close blushes that weren't limited edition that you could use all these other ones that I recommended if you didn't get that. But one that I think is like worth the hunt if you can find it on eBay or Amazon or at a local, you know, department store is this blush by Chanel. This is my favorite blush of life. It is called Accent, and these blushes smell so good. I love this blush, and I don't use it very often because I don't want to run out of it secretly. So I'm going to swatch this one right here. It is just the perfect color blush. If you're fair, if you're darker in skin tone, anybody can wear this. It really sheers out more than that, but you can definitely build it. It is absolutely perfect, and it's definitely worth, you know, trying to find it, and it's worth the hunt if you can. I highly recommend Chanel's Accent. And then I did want to mention to you guys, I've been playing with my makeup a lot more recently, and it's always good to find multi-purpose products. And so a couple of things that I specifically bought as bronzers or contour colors, I'm using as blushes to get this really beautiful natural cheek. And one of them is the Jane bronzer in Inspire. I talk about this a lot on my channel because it's like $8 at the drugstore. It's a really beautiful contour shade if you are fair skin. And if you're trying to find something that will work for you, this Inspire is really great for contouring and bronzing up the face. But more so, this is a beautiful blush. It honestly is. And I think it's funny that people don't use bronzers and contours more for blushes. So another one, I recently did a get ready with me and used a lot of the colors in this It My Sculpted Face Contour Kit. I used them as eyeshadows and blush and highlight and all kinds of different things, but I wanted to give a quick mention to this shade right here. Now this is way too orange for me to wear as a contour. Or even as a bronze, like to bronze up my face. But for this type cheek that I've been talking about, it's really beautiful. So if you did get this contour palette by It Cosmetics and you just don't know what to do with that, try to pop it on your cheeks as a blush, and I think you really might like the effect of that. So those are all my top picks for this neutral nudish type cheek. And if you have any recommendations for me or anybody else watching this, let us know in the comments what this type tone blush is your favorite, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.